Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 34 of Techopolis 3, where today, well, if you notice, we've got a lot of new piping here at the dimensional ore processing line. What is it all for? Well, you're going to have to jump into this episode and find out. All right, guys, getting into this episode here. Today, I want to make an enrichment chamber and what's the other one I wanted? A smelter, that's it. So let's get those in the inventory here. There's the enrichment chamber and a smelter. And you guys are going to see if this actually works same time as I do. Also, I'm going to need some salt. I am running out of salt. Between episodes, I did go through pretty much all of my salt that I had. So we're going to have to fix those issues this episode as well so that it's continuously processing on its own. Salt, what's the other one? Oh, flint, that's it. Did not go through all the flint. All right, back over here. I want to put salt into this one. What we got, and flint into here. And we see that this advanced crusher does its job. We have this enrichment chamber putting out the gold dust here like so. But I want to break. I should actually get a little bit more of this, but I'm going to set up this first. We're going to... Did I not bring the cables, the energy cables that I wanted over here as well? Apparently I don't have any. Oh, actually I do. What? Oh, they're universal cables, not energy cables. Okay. That's where I messed up. Okay, so I am going to set up power here, power here. We're going to set the enrichment chamber here and the smelter here, okay? We're going to go into this, and we're going to say the back will be a output. This will be none, none, none. All right, and we're going to say eject on. I just wanted to see if this actually worked, okay? So that does not eject into the enrichment chamber. But if I set that like this, it does eject into here. Okay, so that would be the same with diamonds. They would get into dust form here, and then they go into the enrichment chamber. All right. All right. Everything looks good, except we have a backlog here, okay? So we're producing enough of the slurry here. We're getting the lithium here. It's backing up. This will soon back up as soon as this produces enough. It's like just not producing fast enough. One of the things I've been thinking about doing is changing out these cables first and foremost. So let's get the item that we need, which is right over here. It is the cables. Just double checking. It is the infused alloys, which are right here. So what if we take a half a stack? We'll just take it from the processor. Now, what this will let us do is if we come, say, right here, we click this one with it, it turns 8 of these guys into advanced alloys. So we would just have to go up about 8 right there. You see that those are not changed. And it changes 8 along that line to the advanced. Let's this back down because I don't want it in my inventory. So we go along here, we go, okay, so count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so it's just going to change all of the ones beyond a certain point into the advanced. My goal is to get enough of this. Okay, there is not. Good thing is, if you click that one, even though these were not immediately connected, they will take it because they're the next 8 along that pathway. So yeah, we're just increasing the speed of a lot of things. That's because we're increasing the power that's allowed to be transported through the lines here. This is something that I would normally do off stream, guys, but I was just trying to this episode in here this week. So you can see here we have 3, probably 4 right there. If we do what, 1, 2, 3, 4, hit that, and it should. Yeah, there we go. Gets all 8 of those. Got to make sure 1, 2, 3. So this needs 5. Because it only goes so far, I've noticed, when you change this over. I'm not sure if that is intended. 1, 2, 3, 4. But what this will do is allow more power to go into the system from these biogenerators. Yes, I kicked all of these biogenerators into full, but there is enough power here that they will back up. Should be enough of the purification water. Speaking of purification water, did do this to grab some purification water over here to set this up. And this is just going to use up the purification water. And you notice that this is still not keeping up. All of our stuff, even though we do have the advanced universal cables, just burns through our power. I really need to find a better power solution here soon. Those two to somewhere where I need to get some more, but at least those are still producing at faster speed. Anyway, let's go through each of these items as what they need. Let's start with this guy right here. This requires oxygen. Easiest way to get oxygen is off of a pump here. Can we add energy and speed upgrades to this? So we can add energy and speed upgrades. I disable that for just right now. We just need some energy upgrades. That 4 could make 4 more because to right, well, 3 more. But okay, so that is it enriching. Okay, so this is not a good thing. I don't think this enrichment chamber is going to work out. We'll have to figure out something here. Do we have any gold in our system? Oh, we do. We do. We'll go make these energy upgrades real quick. We will set this so that it does not auto eject on. Make the energy upgrades so we have the water and energy upgrades that we need for the water upgrade here. So we toss the energy upgrades in there first, and the speed upgrades in there. And this should be, yeah, there we go. The water level is going up, even though this is producing as fast as possible, which means we have 180 millibuckets of hot water being produced per tick. I'm wondering if that's the basic type limit. No, it's the production limit. Production limit. There we go. The liquid lithium is almost backed up, which means soon this will back up. Perfect. And yeah, we've got excess water in here. Yeah, this is saying we can't hold any more water. So how we're going to handle this is we are going to get, like we have over here, a separator. There we go, electrolytic separator. We need one of these guys, which requires one of these guys, which requires us to have some advanced techium. We should have some setting in here for us. I was telling it to stockpile it for us for a little bit because I knew we would be needing a bit of it. All right, 4 of these. You can get us an electrolytic separator. Gas. Get some of these. We will turn these guys into these guys right here. All right, there we go. We've got 48 of those. All right, so we are going to, I'm looking here, did make a little bit of a mess here. We're going to need some energy cables. So let's grab some of the basic universals, which require LV wires. And this gets turned into these. Which we could actually go to the elite ones or into the ultimates because we do have those being produced there in surplus. So we could actually go to the ultimate circuits for power, but you know, that is neither here nor there right now. I am going to go under to here. All right. And water. We need fluid pipes. All right, we need some fluid pipes to do this. There we go. Mechanized pipes. That's what we need. We've got enough for that, so we should be able to make 64 of these. I mean, might as well go up to the next tier now that we're at this stage. And if we go to the top there, okay, so the water is going in, and we're getting oxygen, and we're getting hydrogen. So we're going to tell it to dump the excess of the hydrogen for right now. And advanced pressurized tube. This is filling up with the oxygen. So we want it to go, you know, our normal 4 up. And it goes into this one. So we want to make sure that we're going to have the other one go into the back. Because I like this stuff going above our heads. I don't know. I just like seeing it overhead. It just looks a little bit nicer in my opinion. All right, there we go. That is taken care of. So now we have oxygen going in. The next is we need this stuff called hydrogen chloride. We can either get it from salt being turned into hydrogen chloride, or we can make it using hydrogen and chlorine. All right, chlorine we would get from an electrolytic separator from brine, which would give us sodium and chlorine. So we would need it from brine, which comes from this guy right here. And you can see our brine is starting to back up. So let's get the electrolytic separator for that. Help if I knew everything I needed. Go. There we go. And if we set this up, say right over here. Okay, we can actually configure this to drain into here. So we should be able to see. Maybe not. Wrench. What if we set you up, say, right here? And pressurized tube, not pressurized tube, mechanical pipe from this. And should get brine in here shortly. So all we need to do is do the advanced. Let's look at this real quick. Yeah, the brine is still building up here. All right, so we could shortcut this for a few seconds. Okay, so we're just shortcutting this. We're making this build up the brine. We can tell it 1 sodium, dump the excess, because we only want this chlorine. So now we can advanced pipe out of here the chlorine. All right, and we're going to just take this the long way around here. Why? Because Melkor does not know exactly where he wants this at just yet. But I want it back here because we're going to need the combiner. All right. Looking. Combiner. And is it combiner? I don't think it is. It is a chemical infuser. That's it. So we need one of these guys. All right, so we need one of these guys. We need a couple of these basic tanks. We need one of these guys, which requires a little bit more of this. So we should be able to make everything now. And we will set it up so that it's combined right here. So we'll just drop 2 spots down. We're going to hide the power cable as best as we can. Perfect. We're going to bring the chlorine line over here, like so. And we should be able to configure this to get this, but we need the hydrogen. We're producing an excess. We're going to need more pressurized tubes. So let's go grab some more pressurized tubes. I thought I had enough pressurized tubes, but apparently a stack of them doesn't go as far as it used to. Not when you've got a big project here. And I know I could be doing this a little bit easier and cleaner with XNet, but while I appreciate XNet, I like the simplicity and look of the types from mechanism. All right, so this is getting this, it's making it, it's producing the hydrogen chloride. The hydrogen chloride is going into here. So this is now almost fully functional. Okay, the only part that is not fully functional is this purified water. And we're just going to take it from this hot water that is being produced. Yeah, see, we're going to have a surplus of all of this stuff here. Now, yeah, it's going to take a little bit for this to back up like I want it to, but at least we're setting at a stage where it can back up. Oh, the auto eject is not on. That is what is up here. It's like, wait, why is that not auto ejecting? Yeah, there we go. So we're going to have to do the dimensional ores a little bit manually still between episodes. But purified water. We're just going to use the same pretty much setup over here to make purified water, except all we need to do is add a water purifier to our setup over there. So simple water purifier. Get the simple machine frame. There we go. Water purifier. We don't need to add air or anything to this, guys. It's just, we can just, or power to this. All we have to do is connect it to the hot water. I'm not sure. Something just snagged my game. Is lagging me out for a split second right there. Yeah, we can set this right here. We get the purified water. Like we already have a bucket's worth. And honestly, let's make this pretty. And I know this, guys, was not an episode you guys probably needed to see or wanted to see here. But, you know, this is an episode that I had to get done. It's not pressurized tubes, it's mechanical pipes. Mechanical pipes. There we go. Again, I know this is not probably the type of episode you wanted to watch, but, you know, I had to get this done here. I wanted to show you what I did here with this. We're just going to run this advanced mechanical pipes along the line bottom here over to this guy's, where this will get the purified water that we're making here. Really should not interfere with the brine production. I mean, brine is backing up. Yeah, that's filling that back up, so that's fine. So, like I said, this is not interfering with that. Yeah. Tell me what you think of this episode down in the comments, guys. You guys are awesome. If you hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so yet, that really helps out this channel. Also, share this with your friends because, you know, we really want to get this channel up to 1,000 followers. And you guys can make it happen. Like, share, subscribe. And until next time, later, Gators.